Everybody wants the shortcut. Everybody wants the quickest, fastest, easiest way to anything that they want in life. They want it so fast, so quick. They want it with no effort, really. If everybody could have the things that they wanted in this infantile society, this infantile brain modern world, it would be quick and easy. But a lot of people don't understand. When you want a shortcut, it opens up the pathways for other people to get it. And a lot of the things that you want is truly because other people don't have it. But a lot of people will sit and lie to themselves and say, well, that's not true. That's not true. Human emotions and human biological measures is all driven by a darker side. By darker, I mean an unconscious side. You may not think that's why you want it, but a lot of the things that you want in life, the success and all of these different things, which every human strives for, is simply because it's hard to get and it's hard to attain. So the things that are hard to get and hard to attain are valuable. Now, if everybody wants the shortcut, that means everybody could get it. If I lay down a pathway and said, this is the easiest path you can take, go. How many people do you think will be on that path? Millions of people. So how many people do you think will be on the path if I say this is the hardest path? Nobody has walked this path before, but Preme, you're the only person who can walk this path. How many people will be on that path? Well, simply because the idea of shortcuts is so easy. And they want everything easy because their brains are wired for easy. They never have to struggle to get anything in life. They never had to go through the hardship that it takes, the studying, the hours, the long nights of all these different things that it takes to get what they want and desire in life. They never had to go through it. That is why some of you watching this is special, because you understand that shortcuts is not always good. Because the things that are obtained easily dwindle away easily. Name me something you have been given easily and you didn't think it was a trap. I want you to imagine someone coming randomly alongside you, walking on side the road and say, here's $5 million. Shook your hand and walk off. Handed you a briefcase with $5 million in it. You'll start to think in your mind, something is wrong. Why did he just come and give me $5 million that easily? Now, there's a lesson in this. Let's supposedly you've been given $5 million. A lot of people cannot even maintain $5 million because they have went through the process of shortcuts. So they haven't learned the lessons along the way. Why am I making this point? When you go through the tedious struggle and the hardship that it takes, for example, me forging my body, I used to be skinny. I might pop up a picture on the street if I can find a picture. I used to be very, very skinny. And I forged myself. Now, if I went to the shortcut route, I could have got on steroids, how a lot of these people did. And I would never learn the lessons of going through pain, being able to deal with pain, waking up aching, waking up having to train and work on discipline. So the hard routes often leads to discipline. It starts to lead to the lessons along the way of which everybody needs to learn. Because if you try and learn these things, if you try and not get the lessons along the way, well, you just get slapped in the face by reality over and over and over. That's why it happens. It's just like men. A lot of men come to me and say, Preme, oh, this girl just left me. This girl did this girl this and that. Well, I said, bro, it's God and the universe trying to show you over and over how much of a dickhead you are. God will keep making this woman leave you until you realize how much of an incompetent person you are. So you need to start to work on yourself. Oh, but this. I say, no, you need to work on yourself. So everybody wants the easy way. They want to have the easy way when it comes to women, the easy way when it comes to money, and all these different things, but not recognizing that these things take work ethic. And it seems like all of the people who want the shortcut are all wired to complain. These are the complainers. These are the people who complain that it's hot outside. We all know it's hot. Yes, it's hot. But we're not going to keep complaining about it, because complaining about it is not changing the weather, is it? So when there's people around me like that, specifically weak men, I cut them off. Everybody wants the shortcut. Nobody wants to go through the hardship, the pain, and the tedious requirement. Someone came to me and said, Preme, I like how your body look. I said, okay. He said, what's the fastest way to get big muscles? What's the fastest way to get your arms and get bigger? I just didn't think, why does it have to be fast? Why does it have to be quick? Why can't it be painful and slow and tedious, so you can learn some lessons along the way, so you can quit being so incompetent and rewire your brain? Perhaps it's the modern world and this infantile thinking, because why does everybody wants the shortcut? Why am I the only one? Me, Top P, Preme. Am I the only one who likes the process? Am I the only one? Let me know. If you enjoy the process and you enjoy the struggle because you learn something along the struggle, let me know. Because the people who always want a shortcut are the losers in life. They want to take the quick and easy route. They always say this. It's their favorite thing to say. Work smart, not hard. That's because you don't know what hard work is. That is because most of the people who say work smart and don't work hard are the people who never put in hard work. They never put it in. And a lot of people are afraid of hard work. This is why I talk about training your mind to crave the process and the hard work and the discipline required to reach the destination of success. Train it. It can be trained. It can be trained, all of it. So I sit and train my mind for hardship. I train my mind because I know life is not always going to be easy. Life is not always going to be a shortcut, fast and quick. So if life is going to bring things towards you, you might as well get good at handling it. And that's what I decided to do. That's why I wanted to be mentally competent and physically competent. A lot of people don't have the mindset of which I speak. And this is why I tell you, there's a free Telegram in my link in the description, t.me/Preme Operations, where I rewire your whole brain from this infantile thinking. And this is free. This won't cost you anything. All it will cost you is a commitment. If most of you can commit and actually for once sit and say, you know what, I want to be a part of this movement of which Preme is doing. He's trying to help everyone. Because I truly believe we're starting to get in an age where this is going to ruin us as a society. Everybody wants to quit. Well, we know that hard men or strong men or the people who will uplift society and strengthen society are the people who can go through the hardship, are the people who can go the long route and not always shortcuts. You don't learn anything along the shortcut route. Perhaps you could, but they're small, minute lessons. Wisdom is there everyday life. Wisdom is there. If you actually have the ears to hear, wisdom is there every day. So when you take the shortcuts, you're losing out on what you could have accomplished if you were to go the longer route. Because the short things dwindle away. The long things stay forever. Nowhere in history did it say life was going to be easy. Nowhere in history did it say life was going to be a shortcut. Nowhere in the future is it going to say it either. Perhaps it might be the programming of the people who've instilled this into us. Because who taught us that life was supposed to be a shortcut, easy? Everything was supposed to be like SpongeBob. Perhaps it's the Cartoons we grew up watching SpongeBob and Patrick wake up so happy every day and jumping around, smiling all day. A lot of people think life is supposed to be like that. And I think that's where we're coming to, of why society has become so weak minded. It's truly because everybody wants the easy, quick, shortcut route. So if you're going through some hardship, if you're going through the long route, you need to enjoy it. It is for you to be enjoyed because the long route doesn't even last long. In fact, I would argue the shortcut route is longer than the long route because you lose more in the short term. You lose way much more in the short term, and a lot of people don't even recognize it. They don't recognize that they're losing integrity, honor, and all of the things above in the shortcut route. They don't understand that the long route is shorter than the shortcut route. And if you understand what I'm saying, he that has ears to hear, let him hear. Top P signing out. You know where to find me. Link is in the description. For most of you who understand the brutal realities of life and actually genuinely want to find other people or want to be a part of a bigger mission, join me. I'm telling you, this is an invitation. You know where to find me.